Silk number one. Um, yeah, so what we've noticed about this book is that a lot of people within the community are not digging this book. Uh, a lot of people are just kind of like, pass. And for me, I have a thing for Spider-Man characters, and I really am trying to find that Spider-Man book or character that is better than the current ASM run, and that's the only negative thing I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to go into that. And I was pleasantly surprised by this book. I thought it was really fun. It wasn't jaw-dropping. It wasn't my pick of the week, but it surprised me. And I thought, well, that's good enough for me. Like I pick up a current Nick Spencer on ASM, and I'm like, meh.
Yeah.
So, the bar is pretty low, but I really like this book. And again, I know nothing about Silk, and I thought this book did a really good job of like telling you who this person was without being like, this is who Silk is. Like it did a good job. It is obviously almost a carbon copy of like Peter in the sense of she works for Jonah. She works for a publication, but she's a writer, not a photographer. She's still kind of saving the day. No, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I wasn't going to read this one either, and I went ahead and just, it's like, well, it's a number one. We'll just kind of see where it starts off. And honestly, to me, the thing that was most intriguing about this book was the part where she goes and investigates the murders with the other writer for the publication. I thought that was pretty interesting. Like we don't really have like a lot of like mysteries in Marvel right now. Like I don't know that that's where this book is going to go, but I enjoyed that part of it. However, the villain that was introduced in this book, I don't know if that's a common villain or someone new for this book. It's basically like a 10-foot giant cat.
Werecat,
and I'm just not about that either.
I think that cat is going to be not too long I think in the next issue it'll be dealt with. I think it's just a minion of whoever's puppeteering. I'll say though, I really like Silk's costume.
Yeah,
like I think I just like that. And then the only part that I'm like, ugh, but it's cool at the same time is how Silk creates web is through her fingertips.
Yeah.
I was like, what? That's weird. But it's cool. Yeah, I didn't know that either. But overall, I think it was a really fun book. I think it's written really well. There was never a lull where I was like, oh, this is kind of dragging. Like it kept me in every page. And I think the biggest thing that you can say is like this book has a very diverse creative team, which I will support day and night.
Yep, it's important.
And so, with all the backlash of people saying that they don't like it, that gives me even more of a. I agree, it's so gross. Yeah, it's a little weird, but that's just how they created the character. But either way, that makes me drive even more to want to continue to support the book. I don't think I'd support if it wasn't good. I'd be like, okay, this isn't good. No, it's really good. I think it's got me intrigued. It doesn't have me going like, no. Same thing like when we picked up America Chavez #1. One again, like know nothing about that character, but it was really good. And then obviously the diversity of the group that's creating it, I think it needs to be supported. And I think this book sits in that same vein. I don't want to give too much away about it. I think if you're on the fence about this book, or if you're still longing to read some more comics from this week, pick up Silk #1. I think it's a really good book, and it's only a 5-parter. It's a 5-part miniseries. So,
oh, is it really?
It is. If you look on Comic Hub or whatever, it's like 1 of 5. So,
gotcha.
It's a miniseries, and I enjoyed it. And also, the artwork is really fun too. It's not jaw dropping, but it's good. It's got consistency in it. So
I'll definitely read the next one. It was definitely good enough for someone that was not interested at all to still want to go back and read the next issue.
Also, the covers are really good too. I really like the covers. So
yeah, it's crazy that they're getting In-Hyuk Lee to do so many different covers when just a couple of years ago, every single cover he did was like a massive ratio variant or really rare or something. So
well, same thing with
really get him to do.
Same thing with Peach. Like Peach is doing more and more cover Bs or cover As, and I'll take it all day.
Well, they pretty much got her on an exclusive deal now. So
Yep.